What's up, guys? Welcome back to Review Space, and today I just want to talk about some video game news involving the Killzone franchise and PlayStation 3 owners. There is a Killzone Trilogy, that's right. So all three Killzone games are going to be available in a pack. And I assume it's going to be on a single disc, maybe 2 discs at the most, but I don't know the sizes of these things, but I'm assuming it's just 1 disc. But it's a collection of the Killzone Trilogy, of course. And it should be available, I think it's later this year. October 23rd, for $40. 40 bucks! Which isn't too bad, I guess. It's not bad, it's not bad. You have Killzone, which is the oldest one that came out for the PS2, the original one. You got Killzone 2. In my opinion, a very, very good first-person shooter. Classic, exclusive for the PS3. And Killzone 3. With DLC, so probably the complete version of Killzone 3. So I mean, it looks good. The pricing is nice for 40 bucks. That's American dollars. However, here's the kind of messed up part: is the European release, October 24. It's going to be 49.99 euros. So it's going to be $50 or 50 euros rather. Sorry, 50 euros, which is kind of messed up. Because isn't the euro more valuable than the American dollars? And it's more expensive there? What? You know, talk about getting gypped. You guys are getting ripped off at Europe. You guys are... It's overpriced. You know, that's nonsense. That's bull crap. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be as expensive as the $40 version. It should probably be less. It should be like $35 or something like that. $30? Alright? I mean, that is a ripoff. Like, I'm from Canada, I live in Canada, and I understand we get things here more expensive than the US release. Like, for example, if a game is around $50, we do get it here a little bit more expensive. You know, we have tax, okay, we have things like, you know, if a game's 50, we'll get it here for 60, for example. That's kind of whack. But regardless, let's talk about Killzone, because I don't know. Should people be excited about this? Yeah, is this worth buying though? For 40 bones? I mean, definitely Killzone 2, because that is an amazing FPS. Great game. Killzone 3 got favorable scores as well. That game probably averaged around maybe 8.5 in the overall scale of the rating system. Although I do love how PSM, PlayStation Magazine, gave it a perfect 10. They're the only ones that gave it a perfect score. Everybody else, you know, like IGN, GameSpot, everybody else gave it like an 8, 8.5. Edge Magazine gave them like a 7. So that's the problem with these video game magazines. But back to Killzone 1. Now, here's the thing with Killzone 1, it's going to get an update with 720p HD, so it's going to be in 720p, a makeover. It's going to have trophy support, so finally, for all of you trophy fanatics, if anybody's really into that. You know, I never liked the trophy system. Never been a fan of it. I always thought it was kind of distracting, that ping sound that, you know, pops up at the top right corner, and it's a ding. It sort of takes you out of the experience. I always thought it was a bit more distracting than anything. It doesn't help or add to the gameplay. I mean, yeah, maybe initially it's like, whoa, look, I unlocked something, perhaps. But it's nothing. It's a very superfluous, gimmicky feature. I wish you could just turn it off, like disable the pinging sound and disable the actual the text that appears. You know, I think it's just kind of corny, but that's just my opinion. In addition, the Killzone Trilogy includes PS3 games, Killzone 2 and Killzone 3, obviously, it says right here. Further, all multiplayer map packs for Killzone 2 and 3 will be included with the Killzone Trilogy. What a redundant news article, though. Like, so many things that you repeat the same stories. Let's see. It also says here that Killzone 1 will also be released or re-released as a standalone, so they are gonna re-release the first Killzone HD as a downloadable, I guess. Probably, most likely. overall, man, this pack, you got 2 good games, especially Killzone 2, and 3 is probably worth getting as well, just to complete, you know, the trilogy. But Killzone 1 it's not that good of a game, honestly. I don't know why people like that game. I don't understand the fans of this game. It's got like a small cult following, that people that really like this game. It's not that good, you know. It's very mediocre at best. At best. I think it sucks, personally. I mean, I don't want to play that game ever again. I will never, ever touch that game ever again. I had like 2 copies of that game. Through bundles and PlayStation 2, like, you know, I would buy stuff online and I would get that as a bundle. It sucks, man. It's like the bland environments, the crappy gameplay, it feels so tedious. And it's just not as engaging as Killzone 2. Like, Killzone 2 fixed a lot of the problems that Killzone 1 had. Smarter AI, better enemies, better environments, better stage design. It felt like it flowed smoother. It just felt like a better gameplay experience than frickin' Killzone 1. Killzone 1 was like a 7 at best, you know, and that's being very nice. Like, usually I'd probably give it more like a 6 at the most, but like 7. Because the graphics is pretty decent in Killzone 1. It's decent, it's very bland, like the environments all look kind of the same, but the actual models of the characters and the actual environments it's okay looking. It fits the theme of the game. And then you have the music. I thought the musical score was actually alright too, you know, it actually felt kind of epic. And the story was alright, you know, the main villain and everything, but gameplay wise it's just not. I don't see how anybody can say Killzone 1 was one of the best first person shooters for the PlayStation 2. Like, it boggles the mind. Like, have you guys played Black? Black is a better game than Killzone 1, and some people think Black is overrated, but it is a legitimately better game than Killzone. It's pretty good, you know. There's all these other FPS like Urban Chaos, Project Snowblind, Cold Winter. You know, these games are superior and have way better gameplay and better storyline than frickin' Killzone. Everything is just better in those games. They have. It felt more enjoyable. The stage designs, the presentation, you know, the smooth playing nature of those games. They just felt like they were more cohesive games, better executed. What other first person? Because I'm probably going to review all these games that I'm talking about too, like in the future. Time Splitters, of course, the Time Splitter series, particularly Future Perfect. What other one? Even like games like Soldier of Fortune, you know what I mean? Even games like that I think is more fun than frickin' Killzone. Area 51, that one's pretty underrated. We have what else? The Suffering. Yeah, that one's a pretty good game too. The Suffering is pretty sweet. Ties That Bind. So I mean, you got all these other first-person shooters that I think is just a better experience than frickin' Killzone. Okay, the only thing that Killzone had really was that gritty kind of feeling where you reloaded your frickin' gun and it felt kind of visceral. It felt like, whoa, this is so cool. Like you're reloading this futuristic weapon in this post-apocalyptic alien world. Like that felt kind of almost like a Halo-esque feeling. You know, it felt almost epic. But the game itself is just kind of boring. Very generic first-person shooter. But Killzone 2, better game, and the Killzone 3, of course. So, I mean, yeah, 2 games out of 3. And I don't think Killzone needs a freaking HD remake. Does it really need an HD 720p remake? Nah, I mean, I'm fine with the freaking PS2 if you want to play it, just play it on PS2. Buy it for like $2. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't have to spend $40 to play freaking Killzone 1. I don't know, man. You know, if there's any game that they should bring back, what about Killzone Liberation? How about that? Now that's a freaking trilogy. I'd rather have them get rid of Killzone 1, you know, not include that, and instead bring in Killzone Liberation that came out for the PSP. Now that one should probably get an HD remake. Give that one a 720p remake, man. That game is far more superior. It got better review scores. It was better received than freaking Killzone 1. Killzone Liberation. It's basically like an Army Man type of game, but they really executed it really well. Good gameplay, good top-down perspective. It's a unique game, you know. I mean, it's different. It's not an FPS, but it's certainly it's a better playing game than the first one. So yeah, that's all I want to say. I just want to talk about some Killzone Trilogy news. If you want to buy this just for the 2 and 3, it's probably worth it just for that. And they are, you know, pretty good first-person shooters. That's pretty much it, man. That's it for this episode of The Review Space, and until next time, ciao.